Colonia. So this movie stars Emma Watson and David Brühl, and it's based on a true story about how I guess he was a reporter, sort of, in South America, gets locked up in this colony called Colonia Dignity, and his girlfriend, like, gets in there to get him out. Now, I feel really bad, but this movie was so boring. Like, I was really excited for it, and I really like Emma Watson, but I was ready for it to end, and there was still like half an hour left, and I was just over it. It's not a terrible movie or anything. I think I was just super bored. I expected something a bit better. It takes a while to get into it, and I really wasn't feeling the beginning. The beginning was just them in the middle of a sort of revolution, and then they get taken away with a bunch of people. And why does he suddenly get locked up in Dignity? Other people get shot in the head for being part of this revolution. Why does he get locked up in Dignity? I don't think they ever said it. So, right off the bat, I know it's based on a true story. I don't know how accurate it is. I have no idea. I've never heard of this story before. I have no idea how truthful this movie was, but I don't believe they explained why he was specifically taken away. Was it just coincidence? Did they just need someone? I have no idea, but he's tortured, he's interrogated, so he pretends to be mentally, I guess, worse than he was before, and sort of to get by. People think he's stupid, so they don't bother him and they don't keep secrets from him. So he's able to learn a lot about this place. While his girlfriend, Emma Watson, she starts asking around his friends, people he knew, where he could be, how to get there. So she gets there, and she realizes that this is a bad place. And it's all in the name of God. And, it's terrible how people use religion in such a way where the people there are slaves for real. And it's this guy, the leader, as always. There's always the leader of these type of places. And, he uses God as an excuse to torture people and to do whatever the hell he wants. And she realizes that she made a mistake being there. So it goes from there, and I wish it had been more interesting. Like, I can't say anything about the story, because if that's the true story, then that's what it is. But I just came off of watching American Crime Story, and that was so amazing, and that was a real story, and that was better than fiction. That was so crazy and unbelievable. So coming off of that, this story was a bit lackluster to me. Again, I can't say anything because it's true, I suppose, but I don't know. It's not a bad movie. The acting was great. I wanted something more interesting, I guess. The colony itself, I mean, at every turn, I was like, oh, something bad's gonna happen. I was just like, Emma Watson, you watch out. Like, keep your mouth shut and don't say anything. And she was there for a while. She wasn't there for like 3 days and then busted out. She was there for a few months, and she went through a lot trying to get used to this place. And what was really interesting is how men and women were kept separated. So, they didn't have kids, which was interesting. I mean, they had children in the colony, but they were brought from the outside. And every once in a while, a man and a woman are allowed to meet in order to reproduce. But it was like very, they were kept apart. While in other colonies, I feel like, from what I've seen, were a lot more accepting of children, I guess, and free love and blah blah blah. Even in like religious places, it was fine to have sex between a man and a woman who are married. Here, they don't even allow marriage. They need to be completely separated. And so I just kept thinking, like, how do they get more and more people? And that's how they just wait for someone to show up, or they kidnap people. So that's the way they keep their population. And, I mean, I have no idea what the men do in this colony, because we didn't spend time with them. We spent more time with the women, and the women work on the fields, and that's about it. And it was interesting to see this place. I feel like I would have liked it a lot more if we had actually seen more episodes in the colony, because when shit went down, it went down, and those were like the interesting moments, the way they treated people. And I feel like if we had seen more of that, it would have been a lot more interesting, but we really didn't get to see that a lot. It was more about Emma Watson trying to fit in and, trying to find her boyfriend. If they're separated, how is she going to find him? How is she going to contact him? All of that. And I feel like I did like that when they finally saw each other, it wasn't like a big deal. They kept their faces on, and I feel like they handled it really well, the way things played out. And I feel like they handled themselves really well in this situation. Like, it's a crazy place, and I feel like they did a really good job at being logical and practical and making good decisions, I guess. And that's about it. I don't know. I wasn't terribly impressed. The last Emma Watson movie I saw was Regression, and that was just not good. So I don't know if Emma Watson is just making these decisions and I'm not feeling it or what, but I hope the next movie she makes is a lot better. Because Regression sucked. Like, it didn't suck, but it was like, yeah, it kind of sucked. So hopefully she does something better later on. And yeah, that's it. Colonia. Not that interesting to me. I'm sorry. Like, they have like a little snippet of information at the end about the real story and everything. And it was terrible what happened, but just because it was a terrible story doesn't make it a good movie. Just because a story is true doesn't mean that it makes a good story for entertainment. See, American Crime Story knows what's up. They know what's up. So watch American Crime Story instead.
I can see. Doubts in your heart, turmoil in your soul. Oh, you think you made a mistake, that you shouldn't have come here. You regret deeply.